We're cooking it up in here. Look at that. It is wonderful. Oh, they're so pretty. Ooh, looks scrumptious. Hey everybody, I'm Vera Stewart and welcome to the VeryVera Show. I'm joining you today from Jamestown, South Carolina. I'm at R&R Acres, and is this scenery amazing? There is so much to see here. We're going to learn about bees. She's got every imaginable animal on this farm, and I'm going to meet her family and learn about this family business. You know, she travels to farmers markets and does all kinds of things with her honey and bee products. So today we're going to make two amazing recipes that I did at the cottage prior to coming that we're going to learn about. She's going to teach us about bees, about candle making, about the farm itself, and her business. So we've got quite a lot to do today. I can't wait to actually put my bee suit on and get out there and meet Rebecca and learn about beekeeping. Okay, so we're all suited up. I'm here at R&R Acres with owner Rebecca Bills, and she has made sure that I am bee-free right here. And I've got a little gadget. Tell our audience about this.
So this is your standard beekeeping smoker. It doesn't harm the bees at all. It just distracts them with a light puff of smoke so that they're more interested in that going on than me being nosy and poking in their house.
Well, this is, I'm so fascinated, Rebecca, and you're so passionate about this. So tell our viewers how you got started in this business.
It was completely by accident. We had a military transfer here to South Carolina, and I was looking at what else I could farm because it was entirely different from where I came from in New England. And this friend of a friend of a friend through the military had started a bee company in upstate New York and needed to winter over their bees somewhere a little warmer here in South Carolina. And I charged them a big amount of rent. I charged them free rent, but I had to help them with their bees. So I got to practice on hundreds of hives, and then they left me a hive when they left.
Gosh, and now the rest is history.
Yes, and now we got this.
You know, so kind of, you know, we're standing in front of this beautifully decorated hive.
Yeah.
So kind of give us an introduction to what this is and what the bees are currently doing right now.
So they're just waking up. We've got this nice early morning sun right on their front door. Bees are controlled by the sun, so they love the sunlight, daylight to let them know when the workday is going on. We have this is your standard Langstroth hive. Okay. It's been used since the 1800s, this style of hive, and it's traditional. We've got two deep boxes where all the brood and the baby bees are. This is where they're starting to store the honey in. So that's a lot of fun. We'll be able to take a peek and check that out.
Well, I would love to do that.
Yeah.
Why don't we just jump right into that?
You got it. We pop this
I say
top.
that.
You want to give them...
Man.
There they are.
Wow. Look.
So these are all the ladies. These are all your worker bees. These are all girls doing their thing. There should be only one mama or queen bee in this colony. Excuse me, girls. They're just curious about what I'm sticking in there. Strong, healthy bees do strong, healthy work.
Okay.
And so our job is to make sure the bees are disease and pest free, that they have room to grow.
You're getting them fired up now.
Yeah. Can you grab that smoker there and just give them a light puff?
Yeah, put me to work. Okay,
Yeah.
settle.
They just realized I'm disturbing their house. I'm no longer just peeking. But big, strong, healthy bees free of pests will help them be stronger so they can produce more honey and they can continue pollinating.
Okay, she convinced me this morning that this little outfit I have on works, and so far so good.
Oh yeah.
Oh look.
And so this frame is kind of silly. They're really tight in this box. So we have these are future mamas they're building.
Okay.
So I'll come in here later and take some of those out because they don't need those.
The honeycomb that we're going to be working with in a few minutes, is that edible?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And the bees really only produce the wax a few days out of their life. And this is a lot of bees' work making all this wax. So we want to be careful not to waste any of it because it is precious. The bees here are collecting nectar. All these cells here look really wet. The cells are the little holes in the honeycomb, but this section here has this bright white smooth wax on it. This is honey now, no longer nectar. They've turned it into honey and they've capped it. This lets us know that we can harvest this piece of honey right here. And so yeah, this is an 8-frame box. And so there's roughly about 60 to 80,000 bees, probably even closer to 100,000 bees at this point.
Oh my gosh.
So this is the springtime, so these guys are going crazy at building up. So the bees collect the nectar when there's plenty of blooms blooming and there's been good rainfall and good weather to collect it. And so that's our nectar flow. During that time, a hive like this could easily pack in anywhere from 20 pounds to 120 pounds of honey, usually around 60 to 70 pounds.
Well, we are going to keep working on this and gathering what you're going to do here. And when we come back from the break, we're going to get started on a honeycomb sponge cake. And then Rebecca is going to show us about making charcuterie cones. So, ooh, they're getting fired up. Y'all don't leave us. Come back with us in just a few minutes. Oh, man. Welcome back, everybody, and if you're just joining me, I'm in Jamestown, South Carolina. I'm at R&R Acres with owner Rebecca Bills, and you know, she promised me that I would be fine with being covered up with bees.
And you did great.
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, I was suited up. I had on your mom's boots.
Yep.
I mean, thank goodness for that. But I just had the best time. And, you know, one
Wonderful.
of the things that I've learned today is, you know, sometimes what you think you're afraid of, there's nothing to be scared of at all.
The girls are gentle.
Oh my goodness, and she calls the bees her girls. And, you know, the other thing was about the honeycomb part of the actual beehive itself and the process and how long it takes to
They
create.
work so hard.
No
They're
kidding.
awesome.
It's amazing. Well, we're going to be talking about this in a few minutes, but these charcuterie cones have the star.
Absolutely. The chunks of honeycomb just really set them off to be something your guests will always remember at a party.
Oh gosh, I mean, it's so beautiful. But you know, Rebecca sent me some of the honeycomb, and we actually found a recipe for a sponge cake that used it, and I remember thinking, this can't be edible. You know, it just looks like it's decor, but it is. So I cannot wait to share with you our little experience in the cottage with making that recipe.
And we'll make it here. I can't wait.
Absolutely.
I can't wait.
So what we did was we preheated the oven to 350 degrees, and I greased 3 of my 9-inch cake pans and lined them with parchment paper. Then I placed the flour, the sugar, and the baking powder in my stand mixer, and I fitted that with the paddle attachment. Then I added in the butter, the eggs, the milk, and the honey, and let that beat for about 6 minutes until it was doubled in size and nice and smooth. And then I divided that batter evenly between the 3 pans and then baked it for about 30 minutes. So while that was baking, I did the filling, and the filling is so amazing. It's heavy cream and marzipan in a stand mixer, and I used the whisk attachment for this part. So I let it go really fast for about 3 to 4 minutes till I had some stiff peaks formed. And then I started building it. So the cake was done, cooled off, and I put one of the layers on my cake stand, and then I spread half of this cream mixture over the top, and then I tore the honeycomb apart. You know, it was kind of sticky to my fingers, laid that over, and then I repeated that process. Another layer, more cream, more honeycomb. And then I topped it with the final layer, and then I dusted it with powdered sugar. Are you hungry yet?
Yes. I'm like, I want to try this right now.
Oh, and it was so good at room temperature. So, you know, one of the other things that we've done this season, Rebecca, is that we did a show on charcuterie. And of course, you know, laid out on a table, it's amazing. But this, as a caterer, is so fascinating to me.
Yeah, I love the charcuterie cones because sometimes I think guests are a little intimidated by taking apart this masterpiece on the table. With the charcuterie cones, you just grab and walk around, chit chat and visit with your guests, and you're good to go.
Okay, so now where can we find these?
Amazon,
Okay.
any big suppliers like that. These are simple. These are the large 6-ounce cones. They're bamboo, sustainable. Love that.
And then you and your daughter Trinity did the little ribbons on them last night.
You got to have bee on everything here.
Absolutely. Be sure.
Yes.
Yes. All right, so tell me how we build these.
So I usually start with the tallest items first. And so
Okay.
I have some tall breadsticks here.
All right.
And they fit right down in the cone and stick up and show a bit. It's easy enough.
Okay.
And then the rest of our items are getting a little shorter. So I usually fill the bottom of the cone with nuts or something like that. And these nuts are rosemary almonds from Nana's Nuts here in town in Charleston.
Oh my goodness.
I have to say, we had fun at the farmers markets stocking up local ingredients for all of these. So we're having a ton of fun with them. And so we put some of those in. And then we have these tall crackers that we just kind of put in that people can kind of build as they go along.
Yeah.
We have a smoked mozzarella here that we tucked in there as well.
Okay.
And then if we just want to balance these to the side a little bit, I've got these tall skewers. Here you go.
Okay. Awesome.
And I've got these olives, are from Belinda's Olives here in Charleston as well. I usually just kind of throw one of those on. And this is so super quick and easy. And I just fold up pieces of meat, and you can blend and add as many as you want. We even picked up some duck prosciutto from Vital Mitchell Mar Farm here in Charleston. We had a lot of fun with that.
Well, and we may have to keep building during the break.
Yes.
Needless to say, this is a little bit time consuming, but so much fun. So we'll keep building this during the break. And when we come back, first of all, in Vera's Corner today, I'm going to give you all kinds of tips about what to do with honey, and she's got the best. And then we'll get started on an apple tart that has a honey syrup, and then you're going to show us how to make candles.
Love it.
Lots to do. Y'all come back. Vera's Corner is brought to you by TaxSlayer. Are you looking for some fun ways to incorporate sweetness into your diet without using refined sugar? Well, what about honey? Today I'm going to show you ways to incorporate honey into your dishes to make them more delicious. Drizzle honey over your morning oats for some added sweetness and antioxidants. Spoon some over a bowl of yogurt with blueberries and granola for a satisfying breakfast. Add honey to a brine to keep your chicken juicy and firm. Use it in a savory dish for a perfect balance of sweet and savory, such as in a glaze over some honey garlic chicken. Use honey, sriracha, soy sauce, and lemon juice to make a sweet meat spicy glaze over vegetables like Brussels sprouts or carrots. Just a little drizzle while roasting makes it perfect. You can even use it as a dipping sauce for wings. Switch it up and drizzle some over vanilla ice cream for a unique flavor aside from caramel or chocolate, or pour some over a fresh pound cake. These treats are perfect for a warm summer day. And I can't forget one of my favorites, honey butter. Spread it over an English muffin, pancakes or waffles, cornbread, or even melt it and drizzle it over your fried chicken for a flavor-packed, crispy coating. This common pantry staple can be used in a variety of ways to not only add unique flavor to your dishes, but also some health benefits too. Start free today at TaxSlayer.com. Welcome back, everybody, and I hope you enjoyed Vera's Corner today. Now, you've got all kinds of reasons to incorporate honey into your diet. Love that. All right, so we are in the beef store.
Yes, and bee classroom.
And the bee classroom. Awesome.
Yes.
And we are joined by Trinity, your daughter.
Yes.
That's just turned 14. Correct?
Yes, that's right.
Just so excited. And tell me how she's involved in the business.
She is my right hand with everything here. She helps me in the bees. She helps me with all the store setups and the market setups, and you name it, she's my right hand with everything here.
Well, that is so amazing. And I might have to just take her with me back to Augusta
I don't know about
to
that
help with cooking camp this summer. That would be awesome. All right, so you are going to take us through the process of candle making. And you know, as just an idiot here about bees, and I've learned so much today, I thought, well, what does candle making have to do with bees?
Almost everything.
Oh,
That's the thing. In
indeed.
order to harvest the honey, we actually have to take off that wax capping that we talked about earlier.
Right.
And we take all that wax and we store it, we clean it up a bit, and we use it in our beauty products, and we also use it in our candles.
So I need to dip my face in it, correct?
Maybe when it's not this hot. But we have it in our lotions and things just for that.
Oh, wow. That is so amazing. All right, so what are we doing here?
So we have some hemp wicks here with some weights on the ends, and we're going to dip them nice and straight right down into this melted wax here.
Wow, that is hot.
It is. This one's cooled down to about 180 degrees. You can see it's already got a coating there.
Okay.
And then we're going to cool it down a little bit. Go ahead and get it in. There you go. Good. And then we're just going to keep doing this.
Oh, okay.
Until it builds up. And every time we dunk it in, it gets a little thicker.
I see.
Here you go, Drew.
So what we're looking for is for something like what you've already done.
Yes.
Right here.
Absolutely. And we're going to keep building it up. Switch.
So it can be a two-person job. I see where you come in very handy. Absolutely. Well, while y'all are dipping back and forth, one of the things that we did a few minutes ago was the sponge cake that had the honeycomb in it. So in looking at some of your other products, I thought one of our favorite things is an apple tart. Ooh. And wouldn't that be good with a rosemary honey syrup to go with it? So let me walk you through the steps of actually doing that back at our cottage. So we rolled out the puff pastry to a circle and placed it on a baking sheet with parchment paper. Then we pinched the edges of the puff pastry to make it thicker and to prevent it from running off the edge. I preheated the oven to 400 degrees, and then I placed the butter, the egg yolk, the almond meal, I love that part of this recipe, vanilla, and 1/4 cup of honey in a bowl, and I beat that with a wooden spoon until it was very smooth. Then I spread that over the pastry and then arranged my apple slices all across the top. And you would probably love this recipe, Trinity, because just making that arrangement is so much fun. Then I drizzled that with 1/4 cup of honey and then baked that for about 15 minutes or until it was golden brown. Nice. And once that's done, you take the rosemary and the remaining honey and put that in a pan over low heat just to get it really liquidy, and then poured that over the tart after it comes out of the oven. And honestly, it is such a beautiful dessert to look at, but is also really delicious. Okay, so how's this candle making going?
We're doing good. We're almost there. They're getting built up thicker and thicker.
Okay.
It's not an immediate process, but each one comes out so unique and so different. Every little ripple in the room or shaking your hand. So every candle's unique. It's a fun project to do at home.
Oh, I love it. And we were speaking about ordering online, and certainly you've got so many products. Could you give us kind of a quick overview of what someone might find at rnracres.com?
Oh, absolutely. Our website is filled with our honey. And you can get that honey in a variety of sizes. Plus, you can get the candles, you can get honey-made soaps, and something that we specialize in is our artisanal honeys. We partner with another local business, Charleston Spice Company, and we get their organic spices to add to the honey. We have a cinnamon, a chai, a lemon ginger, a lavender, and 2 loaves of hot honey. My favorite is a scorpion pepper honey because that's got a kick to it. Perfect for the summertime grilling on your chicken wings or shrimps or things like that. I absolutely love it.
Okay, well, we will keep working on this. And in presentation today, we're going to go back over everything that we've done today. And certainly, I have had quite an experience. So y'all come back with us in just a few minutes, and we'll lay it all out and talk about more things with honey. Welcome back, everybody. And Rebecca, I've just had the best time today.
Welcome, welcome. Thank you.
Oh, my goodness. It's been amazing. And we've learned so much. I wanted to kind of walk back through what we've done today. Maybe you just really emphasize some of the strong points. So we started with the bees.
We did. Aren't they so sweet? So gentle, sweet, and allowing us to go into their colony and see them and work with some of what they produce. The most important part was that honeycomb. That's my favorite part.
Oh, and and I didn't even know it was edible, and, until you sent me some, and then we made a great cake, a sponge cake with it. So I'm hoping you're going to try that, and I want all of you to do that as well. And then we left there and did the apple tart.
Yes.
And had the honey syrup on it, which was great. And then you showed us how to make candles.
Yes. Now you can use them later on.
I loved that. And then, we've got another recipe that we're going to do right now, and that's your lemon and honey vinaigrette.
Salad. Yes, and this is so simple to make. We're just going to add a half a cup of olive oil, pour it right into this little mixing container here, so simple. A 1/4 cup of white vinegar, lemon juice from half a lemon.
Yum. I love all your little dishes too.
Thank you. And this is a couple tablespoons of our own lemon ginger honey. We're going to get that going on in there.
Oh, wow.
Add that right in. And then, whoops, we have a little bit of salt, dried parsley, and some pepper going in. And everything is better with some garlic here. A clove of garlic all minced up. And then we have a little bit of a Dijon mustard, about a teaspoon or so going in there. And we'll get that mixed in there.
Oh, that looks beautiful.
And then this little cover here makes this so much easier, so you can easily do it. And we're just going to mix it.
Look at that. And you've done a green salad there with some vegetables that I can just pour that over.
Absolutely.
So, one of the things that we love the most about meeting new people and learning more about small businesses and family businesses is creating friendships and introducing our audience to things that maybe you didn't know, like you've learned today. I know I feel that way. And I always say on the VeryVera show, Rebecca, is no matter what you do, do it in good taste. Cheers, everybody, and thanks.
Thank
Y'all
you.
come back with us again next week. I can't wait to dive in.
It'll be awesome.